5% of all truck accidents that they've got into were due to following distance. So one of the things that we do at Beemac is to constantly give orientations and retraining, and one of the things that we do focus heavily on is making sure drivers have a proper amount of following distance and really understanding what that looks like. So for our purposes today, let's look at the 6-second following distance rule. 6 seconds, basically the car in front of you would pass a fixed object, maybe a billboard or a tree. You're following that car in front of you. So once that car passes that billboard or tree, you begin counting. Very, very specific counting, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, a measurable way to count seconds. If you reach that object that that car passes where you began counting at, before 6 seconds have passed, you are definitely following too close. You need perception time to be able to recognize that you have an actual hazard, that you have to stop that vehicle. That is about 1.5 seconds. So it's at our highest speed that we're usually going to go, which would be the maximum of about 65 miles an hour. That's going to be 150 feet just to perceive that you have a problem. Then you have to react. So you have a problem, you have to react. Our reaction is naturally going to be to probably step on the brakes, hopefully. So that's going to take you a full second right there. In that 1 second, you've traveled 100 feet. So we're already at 250 feet, okay? Brake lag. So the time that it actually takes from the time that you press the brake for the mechanics to start working, that's about 3/4 of a second, so about 75 feet. And then the rest of it's purely mechanical, purely stopping. That takes 3.5 seconds, and that's about 350 feet. So all that equates to about 665, 675 feet that you need total to stop at 65 miles an hour. At 40 miles an hour, if you had to give an answer as to how many truck lengths you need of proper following distance, what would that look like to you? So at 40 miles an hour, it takes 2.5 truck lengths to stop a fully loaded tractor trailer. If you were to guess at 55 miles per hour, how many truck lengths do you need to stop? What would your answer be? It's a bare minimum is 5.5. So it's 65 miles per hour. How many truck lengths do you need to stop your fully loaded tractor trailer at 80,000 pounds? We need at least 7.5 at 65 miles an hour. It actually has been calculated that a truck that's going 65 miles an hour will not stop underneath 665 feet. So 65 miles per hour, 665 feet is the amount of feet that you need to stop a fully loaded truck and trailer. Following too closely is the major cause of a rear-end accident, and almost 95% of the time. In most states in this country, if you hit someone from the rear, you're automatically at fault. The litigation costs, the time, the downtime to the driver, the physical damage to his vehicle, it all adds up, and it affects his career in a very negative way. Not to mention the loss of injury, potentially the loss of life that it could cause. This is huge, and at the end of the day, we all want to go home safe, and we want everybody we travel the roads with to go home safe as well.